Have you ever had an idea, a good one, but the moment you shared it, it was dismissed? Not because it lacked logic, but because it came from you. We think good ideas sell themselves. But in the real world, ideas get filtered through pride, fear, and ego. And sometimes, the best way to move a great idea forward is not to present it at all. It's to let someone else believe they thought of it. There's a strategy, subtle, ancient, and still powerful, known as let them offer the plan. Instead of pushing your idea onto someone in power, you ask for their insight. You create space. You guide the conversation gently until the idea that serves you sounds like theirs. When they suggest it, they believe it's their own. And now they defend it. They invest in it. They carry it forward. You give up the credit and get the outcome. This strategy might sound simple. Don't present the plan. Let them offer it. But how does that actually look when the stakes are high and saying the wrong thing could cost you everything? To understand that, let's go back to a moment in history where an empire was falling, a young emperor was trapped, and one advisor had to move the capital without ever saying it directly. 196 CE, Eastern Han Dynasty, China. In the final years of the Eastern Han Dynasty, the empire was fractured. The imperial court had become a pawn, passed between warlords as civil war spread across the land. At the center of it all was Emperor Xian, technically the son of heaven, but in reality, a powerless figurehead. At one point, the emperor was trapped in Luoyang, a city devastated by war. No food, no infrastructure, no protection. And yet, leaving the capital was politically dangerous. It could be seen as weakness or surrender. But Dong Zhao, a seasoned advisor, saw the truth. Luoyang was a grave. If the emperor stayed, he would be captured or killed. So he acted. Dong Zhao didn't walk in with a command. He didn't say we must move. Instead, he framed the idea through virtue and responsibility. Your Majesty, he said, your presence gives the people hope. Wouldn't it be better to move to a place where you can truly govern and protect them? He asked, not demanded. He painted a picture of what wise emperors did, and asked where the emperor believed his light would shine brightest. Then he quietly gathered other officials to suggest the same. And within days, the emperor issued the edict himself to move the capital to Zhuheng. He believed it was his own decision. In truth, Dong Zhao had crafted the idea, shaped the room, and said nothing direct. That's the strategy at work. Don't declare the plan. Create the conditions, and let them offer it. You don't push. You plant. And when they water the seed, it grows on their terms. This wasn't about deception. It was about dignity, and knowing when to let others arrive at the truth on their own. Even in the Roman Empire, the wisest rise quietly. In 27 BCE, Rome Julius Caesar was assassinated in the name of liberty. The Republic would be saved, they claimed, by killing the man who threatened it. But into that chaos stepped Caesar's heir, Octavian. He was young, calm, and deeply strategic. And he understood something his enemies didn't. You don't seize power by grabbing it. You invite others to hand it to you. He didn't rush to claim Caesar's throne. He waited. Let the Senate fight itself. Let rivals burn each other out. Then, when Rome was tired of war, he offered peace. In 27 BCE, Octavian did something extraordinary. He offered to resign, to give back his powers, to step down out of respect for the Republic. The Senate panicked. What if another war broke out? What if someone worse took over? So they begged him to stay, to accept limited powers, to protect Rome. Reluctantly, he agreed. They gave him new titles. Augustus, the revered one. Princeps, first citizen, not king, not dictator. just a servant of the people with permanent control. He didn't demand a crown. He let the Senate offer him the plan. And that's what made it unshakable. They believed they had chosen him, and so they defended him. That is the heart of the strategy. Build the path, but let others think they mapped it. From emperors to generals, the most effective influence isn't loud, it's shared. And it can hold a divided team together, even in war. United States, in 1861 to 1865, when Abraham Lincoln was elected president in 1860, America was already breaking. 7 southern states had seceded from the Union before he even took the oath of office. And Lincoln didn't walk into the White House with loyal allies behind him. He walked in alone, surrounded by former enemies. His cabinet was made up of powerful men who had run against him. Men like William H. Seward, who expected to win the presidency himself, and saw Lincoln as a country lawyer with no real experience. Or Salmon Chase, a man deeply ambitious and openly critical of Lincoln's intellect. Any other president would have seen them as threats. Lincoln saw something else. He saw value in their reach, their reputation, and their disagreement. So instead of silencing them, Lincoln brought them in, not to control them, but to let them feel they were shaping the very country they once tried to lead. At the height of the Civil War, when victory was uncertain, Lincoln began working on a draft of the Emancipation Proclamation, a bold and irreversible shift in the war's meaning. It would turn the Union Army into a force not just to preserve the nation, but to abolish slavery outright. But he didn't announce it. He didn't decree it from on high. He gathered his cabinet, including those who had doubted him, and posed it as a question. Is now the right time? They debated fiercely. Some warned it would divide the North. Others thought it would alienate border states. But Lincoln didn't push. He let them speak. He listened. And then he revised the document, not to water it down, but to reflect their voices, their input, their hesitation. He waited, and only once consensus formed, once they felt part of the decision, did he move forward. When the proclamation was finally issued on January 1st, 1863, it had the full backing of a divided cabinet. The very men who once opposed him now stood beside him, not because he forced them to, but because he had let them offer the plan. He made them co-authors of the moment, and in doing so, he made the nation's moral shift feel shared, not imposed. Lincoln didn't weaken his position by opening it to others. He strengthened it. He allowed pride and ego to remain intact while shaping the outcome from within. His rivals thought they were influencing Lincoln. In truth, he was inviting them to build the structure he had already imagined. That's the power of the strategy. Don't present your idea as finished. Make space for others to enter it, and let them help bring it to life. So what do these stories leave us with? Not just admiration, but a method. Because whether you're guiding an emperor, leading a team, or navigating daily life, the question remains, how do you use this quietly powerful strategy in your world with your voice? Let's look at how it works. Let them offer the plan is not about tricking anyone. It's about knowing when to guide. Instead of declare, here's how to use it wisely. Start by listening. Before you shape direction, understand the person you're hoping to influence. What do they care about? What language do they trust? Then, frame the situation, not the solution. Describe the challenge honestly. Let them feel the weight of the decision. Ask genuine questions, not leading questions. Not traps, just open space where clarity can surface. Create room for their authorship. Let them name the idea you've been shaping quietly all along. Once they speak it, it becomes real and theirs to carry. And most importantly, make peace with not getting credit. Because when the right idea moves forward, you've already won. After all, Some of the greatest changes in history began as a suggestion in someone else's voice. Some doors won't open by force. Some minds won't listen to your truth unless they discover it for themselves. In those moments, don't argue, don't chase, don't demand. Plant the seed, shape the frame, then let them offer the plan. Because when the idea becomes theirs, the resistance disappears. You give up the spotlight and gain the result. If these words have reached you in a moment you needed them most, I hope you'll let them sit with you. Let them take root, not as answers, but as quiet companions. These are more than lessons from the past. They are tools for living, for understanding yourself, others, and the world around you. Take what resonates. Leave what doesn't. Return when you're ready. You don't need to change everything overnight. Sometimes wisdom works slowly, like water shaping stone. Just begin, wherever you are.